When last we left our intrepid heroes in their daring adventure, the previous episode, the night before, things had become quite emotional as the group dynamic had shifted slightly, um, in that most people were reorienting their head canon as far as that group dynamic aforementioned were concerned to each individual. Um, Jaeger had interrupted the summit of clan samurai heads. Genji had failed in a diplomacy role to try and smooth talk some things that were some slander being slung around, on behalf of now Helenia, being incapable of wording it appropriately a second time, as he had already previously done that, became a little more difficult the second time around, blew it. Um, with all of the tensions that had mounted unto that point, it was a surefire way of sealing the deal, so to speak, for the Dragon Clan to start asking for heads of Hanmora clan members. Another individual stepped up, asked for a stay of execution on behalf of apparently some greater clandestine uh, operation, it would seem, that pertained to, as of yet, some mysterious faction within a faction. As a Phoenix clan member claimed to have similar abilities to Genji, in that they too had a musical instrument that call out to them from time to time. Not truly explaining much, only stating that in failure, the clans would have their corpse. In success, however, Genji would go on to a greater purpose. And if that were the case, who were the clans to stand in the way of the greater will? And so, in angry concession, Dragon Clan member Head had walked off, taking Genji's grandfather into custody while allowing you guys to go back to the compound for a 2-day wait as Clan Phoenix gets an escort together to pick you guys up. You will be spending a few days out in the field camping, but the bulk of your camps will be in settled lands territory, so it will essentially just be downtime. If you guys would like to do craft rolls, social interactivity, anything of that magnitude or nature, then by all means, think about it right now, as there will be about 4 more days of downtime. We've already had two. There will be about four more as you guys are abroad going towards what the Tavirians call the Shadowlands, which is geographically closer to the center of the island.
Okay.
I'm going to try and be finishing my next totem for my necklace.
Yeah. So
Um,
the end game is eventually to end up in the mountain peaks of northern Tiberia, um, which will take some traveling and some mm, non-traditional methods of travel in order to get there in any fast time. Otherwise, you guys could potentially take over land several weeks, as the territory is rough. And navigation of the Shadowlands is kind of like Genji's clan's thing. Although no clans truly navigate the more central area. Clan Hanmura here, they sort of police a lot of the border area. The compound where you guys are currently staying is more akin to a port authority. And so there is actually a place where a lot of the training and housing of other family members takes place. That's a lot further inland. You guys won't be heading there in particular, but in that region.
Well, two things. A, kind of forgot about this because we were busy at the time. I'm supposed to have my crafted companion.
Yes.
Uh,
What form?
so I was gonna go with a 6th level astral construct.
Okay.
Do you need me to send you the link for that?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Because it doesn't give me a lot to go on, just that it has to be a CR at least 3 less than my level, which that is.
Okay.
And especially if Jaeger's not going to be watching my back anymore, I figure maybe I can use this guy instead.
Those claims were never made. I'm not going to watch you die by any means.
I'm looking at it not from Justin's point of view, I'm looking at it from Armando's point of view.
Fair, yeah. How he interprets it. Jaeger didn't sugarcoat his feelings about it either, so yeah, I could understandable.
My problem is he's kind of big.
Yeah.
Only a little. He's just big boned. That's what it is.
Talking about the construct, he's actively large.
Yeah, he be.
Problem is trying to find something that's powerful enough to be useful while still being low enough level to fit that requirement. Or we could just say that I have not had a chance to manage that yet.
It's been eventful, but as I've said, you will have upwards of a week. So the 2 days here on the ship, and then you know 4 days out on the road. So if you're building the whole time, I don't see why you couldn't potentially get it done, somewhere on the road.
You know, problem is trying to, and if it's not already ready when we go on the road.
That's a lot of crap to lug with you.
Yeah. it sounds cool. I'm not sure why a 5th edition creature is coming up on a 3/5 search. I guess we'll just have to leave it aside.
Curious what it looks like, which form your astral construct takes. Is it the basic one with the big like fucking horn thing? I don't know. There are a couple. They're like crystalline looking, at least in my mind's eye. I guess
I don't know. Like I said, I might not go with that after all. I'm looking at this. It's gonna be. So I
just
do want
always
to.
remember the one that looks like Rhino from Spider-Man.
From the video game, the power suit.
Just the one from the cartoon Rhino. It's
Oh,
like a big fucking head horn.
that is way too powerful. Anyway, I am gonna see, since we have enough time, if I can actually make jade glass.
Okay.
I am going to be working on making sure we have supplies for the trip.
Okay. So
Jaeger
Armando,
can go out and hunt with you, Genji, if you need help on the survival rolls.
I mean, right now, I'm just going into town and making sure we have tents and stuff.
Oh.
actual
Well,
gear.
then I'll stick to my
No, I
wood carving.
appreciate. I appreciate the offering, but
Not hunting just yet.
pretty much.
So Armando,
Mm-hmm.
through your incredibly high engineering and alchemy skills, yeah, you will find that the jade is relatively manipulatable. Um, there's not a whole lot of give one way or the other, so it does take some precision tools. Good thing you've got some.
Mm.
You're pretty sure if you didn't have the quality of tool you have, you may need a help or be someone with better tools. But yeah, yeah, you find that making it is actually not nearly as difficult as one might think. However, finding the jade with enough surface area may end up becoming an issue leaving Tiberia. So you have two different methods. You can find raw, carve out pieces, or you have found that you can take a silicate form of it. It's more like a dust or sand, and you can press some of the lenses, but you are noticing there is a distinct difference between the two. The ones that you're able to cut seem to be a lot stronger, or leastwise, they're not as brittle. The implication there is one may burn out a little quicker than another.
Right. All right. Well, I prepare a couple of each for this, and what does that cost me?
Okay. So each lens is about 1/4 the cost of a piece of jade, which is a platinum. And that's for the carved one.
The 2.5 gold each.
And for the others, silicate ones, you can get those done for around a gold and a half. They're a little more time consuming than one would like to spend with, but currently that's what you got. Time.
Alright, well, if I make 5 of each. Hopefully that'll be enough.
So the carved ones, your carved ones give you 10 rounds of perpetual light before needing to be replaced. Your pressed ones are half that, so 5 rounds. As they tend to almost immediately begin this discoloration from the intense light and heat projected through them, pressed so close to the source. And after about a minute or so, they begin to fizzle and flare up like old film.
Okay. Well, I guess it's something I'll have to. Wait, is this just in testing? This isn't even while actively using them against the shadows.
The burning out.
Yeah.
So no, because you would have to, have one around to be able to test them out.
Right. That's
So
my point. Like I've got them. I was just like, is this information I'll find out pretty quick, or is this something I already know?
yeah, you're pretty sure that you can drop one in there and shine, just a green light through it, no problem.
Right.
However, bearing witness to what Balan was doing with it, it seemed a little different when it was doing that kind of stuff. So a distinct difference. Yes, it seems to burn a little hotter when pointed at things from the void.
Well, that's something I'll have to. Guess we'll find out on the way. Plenty of regular lanterns and regular lenses.
Yule and Ali will be accompanying.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm going through the list of all the different, even like homebrew things, and there was an autonomous giant chicken.
Any questions for later on when you start building robot animals?
Actually, an interesting question. Is there like a construct template that can just be added to an animal to turn that animal into a construct instead?
Let me double check.
Because that would be a slightly easier way to do this. I literally built a construct in the image of some legend. Like, here, this thing serves me now.
Armando and his mechanical dire bears. See? I told you it was a good idea this whole time.
This one doesn't eat
No.
or shit.
Well, you couldn't have got that one without the original.
Granted.
Jaeger broods off. He didn't mean it, sweethearts. No, he didn't. Okay, he kind of meant it.
No, he definitely meant your bear shit.
Does a bear shit in my ship?
Definitely meant.
No, because it's not getting on.
No. Bylon makes sad bear noises. Okay, you can shit. This is getting weird and complicated.
I don't like this.
Genji steps out. He's like, nobody's shitting. No, it's Sandoval. Nobody's shitting on my ship. That's what we have the portcullises for. Jesus.
The what?
Damn savages.
We have portcullis on this ship?
So I've got two options for you.
What's that?
The constructoid template, right, is one. Constructoid is an acquired template, blah, blah, blah. Constructoid creature uses all base creature stats, except as noted. Type changes to construct. Creature gains living construct subtype. Size is unchanged. Weight is increased by 4 times. Creature retains any subtypes it has. Gains armor class 2. Arcane spell failure chance 15%. Gains a slam attack as its primary natural weapon. And then it has slots for bionic upgrades, essentially, that there's a list of stuff you can add to it. It's like +3 on social skills, +5 max HP, little stuff like that.
All right.
And the list is relatively impressive. It's like 20 things. It can use two upgrades at once. But then there are feats you can pick up to augment that. +2 strength and dex, +4 con, -2 wisdom charisma. They get toughness and iron will. Special. Creature must be must be 3 hit die or less with or requires that it undergo medical stuff to keep it from losing brain function and capacity. Essentially, it has to make a con save if it's
My problem is this is
if
turning
it's unwilling.
it'll instead of turning a. I'm trying to build something from scrap, not converting an actual creature into this because I don't have the medical knowledge.
Okay, well then let's go with our second option. The machine template. They also have the half machine template, which is
Sounds
real
like
close to
yeah.
real close to what what we just talked about.
Okay. Hello.
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 My computer decided that that Discord did not need. I did not need to hear Discord, and I didn't realize it for a minute. And then I'm like, wait a minute, why is it quiet?
So the machine template,
Sorry.
creatures hit die. Creatures hit die becomes a nat wow, a d20. That never changes. Not half. Wrong one. The machine gains an automatic natural armor class of 19. That doesn't change unless you add stuff to it. Adding stuff to it slows it down even further. It already has base speed, and then its normal base speed of whatever creature
Right.
-5.
I'll be honest. It's one of those. I'll need you to send me the link for that, but I think we've dedicated enough time to me figuring this out on this session. We'll try and figure it out before
That's
the
fair.
next session. I just won't have it yet.
Good. Sandoval, do you have anything spectacularly special that you'd like to try and do before we make it where we're going?
Not particularly.
Okay. So ship life, just kind of get some stuff together.
We
Some
are going to be gone for a few.
responsibility for
How
Billy
long are we
Bones.
going to be gone? Ish.
Around 4 or 5 days.
I would see that, or at least have repairs to the ship. The wear
Right.
and tear that's been happening start to be, fixed and whatnot.
Okay.
Full
So yes,
confidence that Armando will cover the bill when we get back.
What do you mean when we
the
get
crew
back?
is do it now. Pay
Oh,
up front.
this is the whole thing. I don't know how much it's going to cost.
Well,
I mean, if Sam's got the numbers, I'm good with it.
So repairs will take the better part of a 3-day ordeal, as they will pull it in dry dock. Scrape it, patch it, new sails, new lumber, all that'll take, as I said, around 3 days. It's going to cost about 125 gold, and labor costs are halved because you'll be using your men, which we can, I think, get rid of the half even. So rental space, 180 gold total.
Here we go.
all right. Plus, I'll
And
pigment
that
out
makes
some.
the ship inaccessible for 3 days.
3 days.
Who are we leaving in charge if Yule's coming with us?
Billy.
Billy Bones.
Billy. All right. So I leave the key with Mercedes, but let Billy know that there are funds for when the ship is done to be handed out to the crew. Another 2 gold per man.
Yep.
Yeah. So, barring anything else, I think we can move forward on leaving from Yogaport.
Um, also, we paid them when we got to Amastawa. I don't think we've paid them since. How long has that been?
You guys have been here now for a total of 4 days, but
Mm,
you were on the ocean for about 5 weeks from Amastawa to here. So,
5 weeks?
yes, sir.
Oh, all right.
It was slow going, man. Teaching new sailors to sail, keeping the three ships together. You'll had his work cut out for him. It would not have been nearly as slow had it just been you guys and your crew. But remember, you guys had switched crews.
True. All right. So about 140 gold we paid out for that time, which I have marked off.
And crew given the instructions, the faster this is done and done correctly, the faster they can get back to enjoying their time on the island.
Quicker this is done, the quicker you can get back to doing nothing at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it would seem Billy is no stranger to the Cat of Nine, as he seems to be carrying one as well. It's a favored tactic of Yule's. He's gonna follow that example. So, you guys are met with a relatively small escort of, they appear to be some honor guard of some sort. The armor of the Phoenix clan is less covering than most, as it seems they favor a bit of artistic expression when it comes to their armor, as evidenced in the way that the huntress, their clan leader, was adorning herself with Bylon's beheaded um, brethren. So, few wild looking samurai show up, covered in various bits of bone, foliage, things like that, straw. And it will be escorting you guys. There are 6 in total, 4 mounted, 2 on foot. They will accompany you guys to the edge of the Shadowlands, where it's about Genji. It's a not one of the regions that your clan would be policing on a normal basis. It is, however, one butted right up against your guys' land. However, cut off by a small stretch of the Shadowlands, you and Clan Phoenix, your clan and Clan Phoenix sort of police it together, and wherever you guys can't get to Crab Clan fills in the void. That's where your original story had taken place in that area, only more stout, closer to your home. In this, you will be going a little further north and further into the mountains.
Alrighty.
It's not a very hospitable place, but Severian people are tenacious and dedicated, and seems rice rice can be forced to grow in a lot of places. So, firstly, you'll be heading to a small town with Phoenix Phoenix clan control, where you will be meeting up with um, one of Clan Phoenix. I'm loath to really give the person a some kind of military rank because they really don't have one. A sage of sorts, a Wiseman clan is going to meet with you, and he lives a humble life, small rice paddy just on the edge of the Shadowlands. And that's where your escort will be leaving you. So, help if I move the ribbon.
So is no one actually coming up the mountain with us?
So, you guys aren't far enough away from the town yet that, your escort isn't, just a yell or two away. Um, However, they've been instructed to allow you guys to do as much by yourselves, well, Genji, as potentially possible. The reality of it is, this person you're going to meet is a secretive and clandestine individual. They have explicit instruction not to be anywhere near him. So you guys are brought to the edge of some farmland and told, you know, there's a rice paddy that there's an individual waiting that needs to speak with Genji.
All right then.
And upon approaching the rice paddy,
Um, real quick.
sir,
So, having gathered all this stuff, when they arrived to escort us, it was the Phoenix clan that stepped up to actually intercede there.
she was not.
Okay. All right, that was it. Sorry.
You're good. So you guys make your way to this small farm. Spot checks all around.
Wow, apparently I'm distracted.
It does not keep you from smelling the foods being cooked, as it is approaching midday. Sounds like someone's preparing some
16.
meal. Okay. A 16, however, will tell you, Genji, you smell the same smells of like a meal. However, at a 16, you can smell just on the edge of that smell a little too much heat, like the rice is beginning to burn. Smell that unpleasant odor at the end. You're like, ooh, food. Oh, someone's burning the food.
I'm going to knock at the. I'm not. I'll be honest, Sam. I'm looking at the map. It's kind of fuzzy.
Yeah, that's
Say
fair.
door.
I was gonna
Okay.
say there's like a porch here.
I
Yeah.
can't move.
Can you ever?
No.
Go ahead, throw another one down.
Giant Sandoval.
That's just what we need.
Justin, you still with us?
There we go. Have to
Hang on.
unmute my headset and then I unmute Discord.
Oh, cool.
I would like to take Giant Sandoval as my beast companion.
And he is a beast.
Can I roll an animal handling check on Giant Sandoval?
No, but you can roll spot check for him.
Oh, you didn't hear. I said unnatural 20.
Back when everything was muted, maybe.
No, I thought I got through. I saw the
Okay.
green chat bubble, but that could have just been, my weird
So
stuff.
Yeah, I'm killing that spot check. 24.
all right, this would be probably back
You mean
here.
our smell check in this case?
So yeah, you hear I'm sorry, you smell the same smell as everyone else does. However, Sandoval, you notice something moving about in the foliage here.
Alright.
Okay. Genji and Armando are approaching the porch. Jaeger, you also smell that whoever is cooking is sort of not tending to it the best, as you too smell the burned sugars and starches of overcooked rice.
I am investigating the foliage with a gun drawn, at the very least.
Okay.
Kind of lifting an eyebrow at Sandoval.
Roll search hit. And while you're doing that, Genji, you knock, and it's not much of an answer. You can, however, hear inside the sounds of, cooking.
Does it sound
You
like
do
someone
not.
is cooking or just
I was about to say, you do not hear like the clang of pots and pans. You can hear the rapid boil of pot, the roar of fire untended.
okay? I try knocking harsher, and then I will be quite possibly breaking down a door.
You begin knocking a little harder as you do. The doors don't open inward and outward.
No, these are sliding doors.
Correct. They'll slide. So, um, not really much in the way of security. You could break the door if you'd like. However, you could just as easy use two fingers and open it.
Okay, yeah, I'll just open the door then.
Okay. Sandoval. You peek through the foliage. Jaeger, you see Sandoval, gun drawn, begins kind of parting the foliage slightly, and as he does, reveals nothing. Parts the plants, sort of poking his gun around.
The
Doesn't
bushes
really
scare you.
notice anything. Sandoval, you are 100% certain you saw something move.
I call the others. I'm like, you guys see anything? See anything run away? Anything? Could have swore I saw something over here.
I
At
see
that,
you mucking around in some bushes is what I see. Did those leaves look at you wrong?
I saw
At
a
I
that,
bush
pause.
move.
Ali produces the necklace with various holy symbols hanging off of it, pulls it out from under his tunic while unsheathing his blade. Yule becomes more tense, visibly, draws his sword that even midday seems to be emitting its own bit of light. Leander is over there shuffling a set of just mundane cards. Seems he became used to having cards. Not having them now, he just feels naked.
I
Genji,
look over. I'm like, I did not. Uh,
Genji, roll
I'm
your wisdom.
interested. 20.
Yeah, this is shaking up to be shaping. Forgive me, shaping up to be something relatively familiar for you. Those, you know, ghostly sights on the edge of vision, the eerie silence, the over silence. It is definitely quiet. You are in the midst of a bogged rice paddy and don't hear one buzz. No birds. Nothing.
Armando,
Hmm.
stay outside with the others, please.
Okay.
At this point, Sam, my plan is to literally go in, turn off the, basically put out the fire and come back out.
Okay. Right here, this would be the entryway. Man, that is very blurry. It was not that blurry. I blew it up and it blurred more. Lame. Okay, you come in and assessing the situation, you definitely can tell someone was in the middle of cooking. And over here, near what would potentially be some form of wash basin, there is a robe um, piled up on top of some sandals. Full search check. While you're inside doing that, outside, Yule draws his sword. As I'd stated, it kind of emits a light even in the day. Upon that happening,
What was it? I missed that last part.
oh, so Yule drew his blade, and when that happens, Sandoval, you get an attack of opportunity as and it has to come from the sword as you draw the blade and strike all in one swift motion. So this is reactive. You don't get to know what it is. Do you want to take the attack of opportunity or do you not want to take the attack of opportunity?
I think in this case I do.
Fair.
Would be a total of 20.
Armando, from where you're at, got a decent eye on both the inside and the outside group. They're playing in the bushes.
Okay. I'm gonna reach back and unclip. Oh! I was gonna say I was unclipping a lantern from my belt. Beginning to
Yeah,
wind it. Oh shit!
yeah. And as Sandoval is sort of poking inside of the bush, um, literally from the shadows within the bush, it forms as it's coming out of the darkness. Sandoval, you're front and center. It literally peels up out of the shadows created by the foliage that you're moving around, as though it was literally physically inside of said shadows. And when you disturbed them, it it didn't even truly bother it as it sort of tenebrously formed itself out of what was left, swiping at you. And as it swipes at you, you got an attack of opportunity because it connected with you.
Huh? Did 20 hit it?
A 20 did hit it.
Alright. Well, whether or not it takes damage remains to be seen. If it did, however, it would be 11 points.
You're
No.
swinging the new sword, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
The D6. Oh, my bad.
Yes.
12. No. 13 points of damage. My bad. I can math.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Odd even.
Odd.
All right. So yes, when you strike it, you on the other hand, you take 6 damage. The damage is necrotic. As its hand literally swipes through all the way through you. You don't even feel physical sensation. However, where the shadow passed through you is turning that bluish mottled color and leap back and sort of wipe the sword. And as you do, it animates in an audible sensation of pain and sort of this echoing gasp leaves from it and it dissipates ever so briefly and then reforms as your sword swipes through it. You're pretty sure you got it.
Alrighty. I imagine now is the time for initiative.
Tis Genji inside. What'd you get on your search check?
I had a total of 25.
Oh, goddamn. Yeah, so within the folds of the robe, you find a very nice looking dagger that comes in a cane sheath, very much that same dagger that a samurai might carry. You know, the traditional, like, katana
Mhm.
bladed haramaki on the end of the fucking, just a dagger blade. You can literally two hand this dagger. And a pouch with broken jade. Seems as though he's collecting pieces of jade.
Eh, Do you want an initiative from me?
Yes. And as you're like sort of sifting through the robes, there's this real fine soot, almost like a greasy ash within the folds of the robe, covering the sandals, but all in like a small 3 foot semicircle here, right here. A real fineness of it.
Oh boy.
Jaeger with the one bomb. Genji, I'll have you know, the last 4 times you've rolled initiative, guess what it was?
Are you serious?
I am dead fucking serious. I got them written down right here.
What the fuck?
21s, all 4 times. He's like, sorry guys, we're all dead. Hate to break it to you guys, but I just killed us.
Hmm. No, sir, I don't like it.
Wow, you was ready to tear up some shit. Leander, however, he's fine with playing this.
See, in Jaeger's defense, I've never seen a shade move like this, so I'm a little I'm just kind of like,
So Jaeger and Leander, they're both just kind of like Jaeger's like, man, that's a cool card trick you got going on.
yeah. This is a cool magic trick. You even got Sandoval in it. That's a good one. Convincing.
And so Genji, you beat the initiative. So one sort of begins to manifest um, from the shadows of the room. And before it can fully manifest, you see it where it's coming. You don't necessarily get a surprise round, but you beat the hell out of its initiative. So it's not fully corporeal, but it's not even in its tenebrous form fully either. So you can tell where it's gonna be when it's if that makes any sense to you.
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay. All right. So Sandoval, what are you doing?
I believe I'm gonna slash it.
Slashy slash.
Yeah, since I don't have the pokey one. I have the slashy one.
Right on.
Important
Right.
distinction.
Yes, it is. So I also get different bonuses for those. Be a 22 to hit
22 hits.
with 11 points of damage.
Now, drawing this blade, you feel more agile, more capable, more defendable, and your armor class has increased by 2, while also garnering a speed action. So you can either attack or take a move action. Which would you like?
I believe at this one, move away.
Okay.
And in this case, I would probably at least put away the one pistol and pull out the new fancy one I got. But that'll
Right
probably
on.
have to happen next
What
round.
was your what was your damage by the by? I think I
11?
started talking before. Okay, 11.
12, wasn't it?
No, the first one was 13. This one was 11.
Oh, okay.
Right. As you leave away from it. Swings at you, misses. Okay.
I can put
Now
my
you
one
have.
pistol away. Can I draw my other one though, or is that's too many moves, isn't it?
No, you still have your move action. So if you just want to stay here and draw another weapon, go right ahead.
But yeah, I'll stay where I am right now and draw my new fancy pistol.
Cool.
Do I even have
Genji.
I do not.
Indeed. Guess my question is it's more than a 5-foot step, but I will move forward and swing with my blade.
Okay. Yes, your measurement tool should be appropriate. It should. Yeah.
It's a 10-foot step, 10-foot movement. So,
Yes.
all right. And swing to attack.
Roll it.
Aim, and that's going to come out to 28. I think I hit. I hope I fucking hit with that.
Yeah. God damn, yeah. And
Reminder: this
You're
is
attacking with your normal blade, correct? That you
with
always attack with.
Yeah.
And that's the one you had magically enchanted,
Yes.
right? Just make it
Indeed.
doubly certain.
Oh yeah, I was about ready to say, do not forget is magical.
Oh, I'm aware.
All right. Is it flat-footed?
It is uncritable.
Okay. I had to ask.
That's fair.
Damage will be not bad. Will be 9 points of damage.
Odd even.
Odd. Because I am very odd.
Fair. All right.
Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and spend a key point
There you go.
because I have Ghost Strike.
Yes, I was gonna say. If you're using Keat, then we can opt out of the 50% mischance.
Yep. Called Fuck You. I took this like when it. I took that ability when it first became available. And I've not used it since. Actually, no, it comes
But you know what?
automatically.
It's role play and story wise, it works.
Oh yeah, I am very thankful I have it now.
It's very handy.
Alrighty. Well, so that was my turn.
All right. And Yule leaps forward. Bellows, bit of a roar. Slashes with his magical blade. Seeds. And all right. So he jumps forward, swings the magical blade at the shadow. And as he does, everyone standing there sees his sword make, I'd loathe to say contact, but literally hits the shadow and slices right through it. It does not do the same as when Sandoval hit it. When Sandoval hit it, it recoiled and dissipated where the sword slashed through it and reformed just behind the path of the blade. This time, however, it did not recoil. It did not even react. The blade swiped right through it. It didn't move. If this were
Um,
Pokemon, Yule's attack would have been ineffective.
I was gonna say, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I guess you just answered that.
So, seeing that, Ali does not draw his blade for combat. However, places it up by his face and begins that Jaeger, Armando, you both saw him do this in the fight in the engine room. He's doing that weird praying shit. And in doing so, the shadow in the bushes sort of becomes very distressed looking as it loses its Euclidean shape briefly and sort of becomes this ink blot, stressed and expanded in this gelatinous form, and it takes to that extreme stress and then implodes back to its you know, humanoid form a couple times, and then as it does that, it gets very offended and lets an audible shriek out. And Armando, you're kind of the only one near it.
Oh boy.
You can hear answers reverberating across this little valley.
Must wind faster. Must wind faster.
Winding intensifies.
Yeah.
And yes, two more of them sort of form from the darkness. Very much in response to this distress call. Um, Armando, it is now your turn. You are finished winding the lamp.
Open the lid and turn that sucker on.
I assume you have Jade, yes?
Do I have one loaded? Well, we've already established
You,
that we have not yet determined that they burn out, so yes.
okay. So you open that bad boy up, and you can hear an audible singe, the same sound that one might produce from the igniting of a dynamite fuse. And you open it, let forth this light that has this odd green hue about itself. And you shine it, I assume, on this boy here.
Yeah.
Right about the right distance. So good. And okay. So I need you to roll 2d6 for me.
8.
Okay. And you hit him with the green light, and it does that thing where it takes on the shape of an ink blot, distorts, and as it does, it puffs, sort of like the genie from Aladdin. The little puffs of smoke, the plumes of smoke go outward, and this thing looks like it may take some time to reform.
Yay. So yeah. Guys.
So yes, it's not. You're pretty sure it's not gone, as the plumes and motes of smoke are of shadow and darkness are sort of still billowing about like smoke, not truly dissipating.
Okay.
Got anything else?
Do I hear combat inside?
Um, the funny thing is, these things don't really make a whole lot of noise until they get here and become distressed.
Right.
Um, and all Genji did was move forward 10 feet and swing his sword.
Okay, so the answer being no. So I'm backing kind of towards the door.
Probably not.
Genji? Genji? Yeah.
And
Good
Genji
news!
from
The Jade
inside.
Blast works! Bad news! I needed to use
We
it!
need it.
Good news.
So
Armando
yes,
gets to join the Justice League.
bad news is there's a necessity for that. So Genji from inside, you can hear Armando's distressed cries. Okay, Jaeger, it is your turn.
Hello.
Hello.
Um, was Armando loud enough to hear from over here?
Yes. He was
Look
not
at
quiet.
Sandoval and Yule. You got this, right? Go check on the others.
You know what
Is the
Yule's
map
not gonna
scale?
do? You know what Yule's not gonna do? Stop fighting to answer you. Sandoval, on the other hand, he's not far away. He is moving insanely fucking fast, however.
Yep. I take.
Like, you watched him draw and swing his blade faster than you've ever seen Genji.
Huh.
And Genji can produce, behead, and replace his sword
Right.
in
Yeah.
one motion. Yeah. So you
Good.
saw Sandoval draw his blade
Practice it up
swing.
there.
You saw Sandoval draw his blade, swing, and move 30 feet in the same amount of time that Genji draws his blade and puts it back in its sheath.
The scale, by the way.
Yes.
I take 6 points of non-lethal damage. I'm able to move up to here.
Okay. And same for anyone seeing Jaeger move about. He's literally exerting himself in a way that you can see the muscles on his body immediately flare up as though he'd been working out for several hours. Ugh.
There's probably indentions in the earth where I was just
Oh,
standing.
yeah, they're not feet prints. They are literal divots that you're leaving behind yourself.
What's wrong, Armando? Well, that's a. Can I? Do I see anything around as I'm like looking out at the porch, the field?
Yeah,
I don't see one of them.
you see a bunch of darkness sort of billowing about a small 5-foot area here. And it would seem another has formed here out in the rice paddy.
Okay, I see it. I was zoomed in super close. Okay. My new giant bone glaive.
Your flying lizard bone.
My flying lizard bone. Yes.
Sky
That's
lizard.
my movement. I don't think I can really read. Yeah, that's me.
Mm, yeah, Leander doesn't need to move. But Sandoval, you're near him. He begins to move his fingers in a weird, spooky fashion, um, and begins to articulate with his mouth some language you're unfamiliar with. And in doing so, the air about him takes on this palpable sheen before everything reverberates and sort of poof outwards, like the same as though you had seen the Predator from the Predator movie. Only it resonates outward from him, and you lose sight of you know of it because just several feet away it becomes hard to see, but it goes outward, and in doing so, his eyes take on a real deep green color, and that's him. This, this is, his- and we're back to Sandoval.
Alrighty. So realistically, Sandoval does not know the limitations of this gun, as he's only test fired it once.
He does know that it comes out in a 30-foot cone.
Yep. And Yule's kind of in the way of that. It's like what that something like that.
I was going to say you could aim a little more to the left and just catch the thing in the edge of the cone.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Okay.
Also, yelling out a warning for Yule to stand clear. But obviously it's not
Right.
his turn.
Right. Now, it will burn up some of the rice, growing out of the paddy. The thing about that is everything is covered in fucking water. So
Yeah,
fire shouldn't spread, right? Right.
Sure.
right. That's the idea.
It's not like it's
Uh,
magic.
do I still have to roll to hit?
No. It has to roll to not get hit.
what do I roll damage wise on that? I don't remember.
I am looking right now. Sorry. 4d4.
Wow. 5.
Wow. Don't worry, it gets pluses. Also, you don't have to worry about a mischance.
I know. I mean, it's just the. It was like a. It's like I was watching the dice tumble, and it's just real anticlimactic. It's just like, all right,
Hey,
let's do this.
that's fair.
5.
That's fair. You just got the guns. Don't worry. There's more
I
to
know.
discover.
Giant jet of fire comes out. Things get a little crispy.
Yes, and it recoils. It can't really sustain a whole lot of like battle damage that's visible. So yeah, suffice that it just makes this weird gasping hiss. Genji,
Yep. Here we go.
it is yo turn.
I will spend 2 more key to allow me to make both attacks to hit. Because I'll be honest, I feel fairly confident in my ability to hit. Yeah, I would hope so. That's a 24. 20?
Yes.
Okay.
That hits.
They both hit. So in that case, total damage is 18.
Ah, nice. And you had originally done how much? Forgive me.
I want to say it was 9.
Thank you. I've got 3 columns of numbers.
No, that's I
Nine.
understand.
9. You know, when I see Genji's face when the shadows first started appearing, you know that meme of the penguin who's staring with the world collapsing, but he's like, no good. It's like the dramatic opera music.
Okay. And you'll succeeds with 1 swing. And god damn, mischance. Right through it again. After doing so a second time, um, you can see the visible frustration on his face. Um, he's just staring at the fucking blade, like astounded. Are these creatures?
Meanwhile, Sandoval's turning them into wrapping ribbon. And gift boxes I needed to tie together. This will make a unique.
One that is facing off with Yule Um, attempts to swipe at him, and yeah, so it swings at him, and he evades it. However, in doing so, sort of leans, and it's hard to defend against something that like this. So he leans, thinking that normally, were it a physical combatant, it would have been a nice little bit of defensive maneuver. However, he leans directly into a bit of shadow, and in doing so, the shadow envelops him ever so briefly as he makes his save, and it recoils from him and regains its Euclidean features.
Boy.
This one begins to reform.
No, bad shadow.
It is tangible, however, it cannot act this round. This one, however, it comes towards you, Jaeger, at an alarming rate. Genji, the one you're facing off with here, roll a Constitution. Good sir. Forgive me, Fortitude. I don't know why I said Constitution. Roll Fortitude save.
Oh no.
Come on,
Yes,
you're like super good at those.
fortitude?
Yeah, come on.
Come on, you
Remember
got this.
fine and the whole. Oh god.
8.
Hmm.
No.
Genji, you take 2 Constitution damage
Hmm.
as it sort of reaches inside of your torso, and you attempt to evade, but to no avail. Reaches inside of your torso, you feel cold resonate from where it goes inside of your body. It removes its hand, and wisps of the darkness sort of, you know, stay close to your skin. You see some darkness sort of forming around where it touched you. Okay. Ali. Ali steps forward and, with Jesus' newfound fervor, slashes the holy bejeezles out of this one. And when he does, check. Sandoval, Leander, Yule, Ali. All right, you guys are safe.
Yay.
Sandoval, roll a fortitude save. All right. Joel, Ali, Leandro, they got theirs. Hello?
Yeah.
What'd you get on your fortitude save?
That is 21.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah,
I think Sam left right as you said what you got, Jameson.
it went all the way silent. Like I was talking, no one.
I wasn't answering because it wasn't. He said 21.
Right.
Yeah,
21.
21.
Okay, 21. Yes. As the thing gets hit by Ali, an ear-piercing shriek is let out. You are fine. Everyone in the immediate vicinity ends up being fine. But yeah, not for lack of covering. You definitely had to like cover your ears, but you're fine. And I need to call a pause. Give me 1 second. My dog is uh,
Alright,
having
pausing
fucking connection.
recording.
Okay, and Armando, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go into the. Where is the actual entry to this house?
Where Genji had gone in.
Okay, I missed
However,
that.
more to your answer, the house is wrapped in rice paper. So wherever. But yes, the door is here.
So I go through this door looking for Genji, and oh shit!
Genji's in there wrestling with one.
You get the light.
You can see the distress on his face as it sort of got him wrapped.
So 2d6 again.
Yes.
Well, it went up. 9.
9. You and me party like it's 9. All right. And Genji, the thing screeches, does that ink blot thing, and let's go. However, the motes of darkness do not fully dissipate. They sort of swirl about.
He'll be back.
Okay. Jaeger.
Sensing that I can't give this, shadowy thing a hug. I'm just gonna go out and see how effective this new sky lizard glaive is.
Okay. Roll it.
First.
Yeah.
23 on the first attack.
Okay. Odd or even?
Even.
Roll your second attack. As your first attack finds no purchase, sort of swings right through the darkness without even
Second
disturbing.
attack. An unnatural 20.
Okay. Odd even. Jaeger. Odd or even.
Sorry, even. Can you hear
Excellent.
me?
And that, yes, and that one finds purchase. So
Last
roll your
attack.
damage.
I have one
It
more
is-
attack.
Oh, okay. Roll again.
Does a 18 land?
An 18 does not.
Damn. So I know I didn't declare a savage blow, but I can just add an extra 2 damage to whatever I'm doing.
Okay.
And I take 4 non-lethal damage from it. So is it glaive still the same as the other Jotun-glaive I had, 3d4?
It does do 3d4.
Okay.
And when it lands, so roll your 3d4.
Hold on a second. Two and a 4. Alright. 8 plus mystery 16 plus another 2, 18 damage.
Okay. And then I need you to roll a d20 and tell me its result.
I got a 19 on the die.
Nice. Okay. And you strike and the one that finds purchase, as it finds purchase, the blade itself begins to, for all intents and purposes, come alive in your hand. In that, as you strike, it sort of begins its own bit of like vibrating and undulating. And as it finds purchase into the shadow takes on an oily form, almost like tar. The blade digs into that tar, becoming wedged and ever so slightly stuck, where you have to actually pull the blade free. And as you do, I need you to choose one of two things: vampiric touch or ghost touch.
Oh,
Hero.
I was my jaw dropped. Sorry. Uh, I get ghost touch sounds more beneficial right now.
Okay. And as your blade leaves the viscous material, it takes on a sickly green glow. And the green glow sort of stays there. And you see that ink blot thing occur with the shadow, implying it's potentially quite distressed at what just occurred. Um, More of the chittering and screeching, and Leander disappears. Sandoval, it's your turn.
Jameson, you are muted, sir.
That would be helpful.
It would.
I am going to move up by Jaeger. And let's see. Is what? Just outside of my 30 foot, or is it still? I don't know.
No,
So,
I don't want to split hairs over 2.9 feet. It's 30 feet away. You can get it.
Alrighty, well, I'm shooting the bastard then.
What did that card ever do to you?
Well, I
Going
think the guy will
down, cart.
understand. And
Okay,
that's a 12 on my 4d4s.
nice. And the cart is definitely ablaze. Moment.
It was a casualty.
And yes, it takes damage. Okay. Genji, it is your turn.
Yes. I'm take a moment, deep breaths, and then I'm moving to go outside.
Okay.
Nod, thanks. See, I started here. So I can get to here. I am not going to spend a key point at the moment, but I will go ahead and swing.
And you come outside, and
Yes.
the cart is on fire. Some of the plants are on fire, singed, burning, whatever. Jaeger is holding his massive bone glaive up as it has this thickly green hue about itself. And yeah, you run over, slashy slash.
You know, the normal crazy stuff you see that happens when you step away from the party for more than 2 seconds.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's
19,
kind of a theme.
19 to
Okay.
hit.
Odd or even.
Odd, as I
Forgive me. Forgive me. For this round, this shade can be hit physically.
Oh. Okay.
Just for the rest of this round.
Well, it takes 8 points of damage.
Nice.
Yes, they seem to be weak to sky lizard bones.
Is it the sky lizard bone
Particularly
or
when
the
sprung
place
by
that it came
Jaegers.
from? Yeah. I don't know. Leander's not fully convinced.
Where is he even? Did he run away? Bloody
No one saw him
gods.
flee. So, Genji. You will come a running. As he gets closer, he definitely remarks out loud that the party is one down. He cannot find Leander. The chronicler is missing.
Kusa!
Armando.
So, are the swirling of the stuff still there?
Yes.
Where he just ran off and left it?
Well, I
Yes.
don't have time to perform a purification ritual.
I just like hold the lantern up and keep it shining on it.
All right. Roll your
Well,
2d6.
glancing over my shoulder, like making sure nothing's coming up behind me. 9 again.
Okay. And after a second round of holding it there, you begin to hear a distressed screech, shriek. Um, yes, you're pretty sure holding the light here is causing more damage to the thing.
Oh. Oh, good.
You're like, oh, thank God.
I wasn't sure that was going to work. I mean, of course it works.
I made it, of course, exactly the way I intended it to.
Oh, the whole time. Yes.
Yes, yes. Oh. This one, you guys outside, it nopes the fuck out. It fades back into the shadows, and in doing so, sort of stretches to like the size and shape of the shadow that it forms into, and that deeper darkness that it sort of imparts upon itself fades even further into the shadow until it takes on a more normal hue. It just ran. Implying that they are not mindless. They do have some sense of self preservation. It just watched its friend get snatched out of the void and into the physical realm. That shit was scary. So I ran.
Jaeger has
Okay.
that effect on most opponents.
And uh, and that being said, the one you guys are surrounding does sort of begin to fade back out into that shadowy, uh, tenebrous form. And we are back to Sandoval.
Well,
But did you?
this guy's still here though, right? Or is he? Did he nope
Yep.
out too? All right.
Nope.
I'm
He's
gonna
good.
slice him with the
Okay.
saber.
Thought I went before Sandoval.
Oh,
Alright.
my bad. My bad. I skipped over Nat 1. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
I was like, can I still get a turn though?
You're right.
Don't rob me of my
I
turn,
thought,
DM.
yes, yes. New initiative order. My bad. Go right ahead.
I'm going
I was gonna
to
say
attack.
I thought you had went, but it wasn't the beginning of this round. It was the end of the last one. Forgive me.
Yeah,
Go
because
ahead.
then Sandoval, shot the other one. The wagon lit on fire. Genji ran out. I was like, hold on, wait.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your turn. Forgive.
All
I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
right. Yeah, I don't know if Jaeger can though. He's not. I'm kidding.
Yeah, well, he has to because I can
He
kill him.
does. It's true. A 33 to hit on the first attack.
God, yeah, you hit,
All right.
and you have opted into Ghost Touch, so
Yes.
you currently do not have to make the 50% roll. So yes, you succeed in striking it. Roll damage
19.
or more attacks. I know you're kind of prone to just
34
rolling
on my
the shit
next
out of all your
attack.
attacks. Okay,
Oh,
that
damn.
hits.
Okay. 14 on my final attack.
That does not hit.
So. Eight. I'm gonna use Savage Blow on my second attack.
Okay.
My first attack does 15 points of damage. Second attack, hold on. Fifteen, 16.
15 again.
No, hold on. Uh, 42 points of damage on my second attack.
Okay. Then, as you attempt your third swing, doesn't matter that you rolled a 14 because you bat at the air. However, I need Genji, Sandoval, Jaeger, Yule, Armando. You're inside the house, and you are outside of 30 feet. And so the house in between you and the screen keeps you from needing to make the check, but it is still incredibly high pitched.
I'll take it.
What?
What are we rolling?
Roll it fortitude save.
Fortitude.
Oh, fuck me.
26.
Nat 20. My total fortitude save was 34. Let's go.
Want to send some of that Genji's way?
No shit.
26 for Sandoval.
Okay.
4.
Okay. So the loud shriek occurs. You and Yule suffer a single point of damage and are deaf. You have become deafened. It will last for, wow, 4 entire rounds.
What?
Huh? What? Okay, now, Sandoval, you see a drop of blood coming out of Genji's ear hole as he kind of covers his head or ear in some defensive fashion at that loud shriek. Yule also sort of clutching his head with both fucking hands as he because he nat one his. He's going to end up with a little bit of a splitting headache. But if anyone pays attention to Ali, he hasn't moved from where you guys found the initial one. He's sort of praying to the air, drawing sigils in the air with his fingers. As you're coming to realize there's a solid chance the Selkari are not very dependable when it comes to this type of stuff, supernatural, magical, those types of things. The reality, I keep failing his fucking roll. He's braver than this, I swear to you.
And thus, roles build story.
The
That's
DM wants
it.
him to be braver than this, but the dice gods have other plans.
Many great legends have been
So,
built off of random rolls.
He's never
oh
been the
man,
same since
some of
that
the
weird
best.
terrorist with a jetpack blew up some places. It's kind of shattered his faith.
Well, he did hear there was some demon from the 9 fucking layers running around over there in New Haven. He didn't believe it, but now witnessing this shit, he's not sure.
Armando, burning a demon alive, whistles innocently.
I just picture him whistling the Andy Griffith tune now.
Okay, so Armando,
Mm.
while you are holding up the lantern, you can see within the darkness that is swirling on the edges of the light. Um, every now and then, as it leaves from the light, it sort of uh, comes back into focus as it leaves the light. But when it swirls back in, it sort of dissipates again. And in the center of all that, where the thing should be standing, you can see a silhouette of humanoid. It looks familiar. You can see the outline, the clear outline of a musical instrument strapped to the back, the frets coming up over one shoulder. Is that Leander? You can see his silhouette sort of reaching through, and it looks as though it's reaching through some like light green gossamer silk sheet, sort of wraps around his silhouette as he appears to be literally physically climbing out of the light.
Can I grab him and pull him? Like,
Absolutely.
oh yay, I get to make a grapple check. This will be... I mean, I'm trying to assist him, so it's not like I'm fighting against him. If he's trying to... He appears to be trying to climb... You know what? I don't know. Leander's been a big help, so I'm trying to help him. What am I rolling? Just a strength check?
So, yes, it would be a strength check.
Oh, thank goodness I rolled well. So 21.
Yeah, 21. It takes some effort, as though he is trying to pull or walk forward, but not necessarily that something is pulling against your might. However, there is a great resistance, almost as though he is stuck or wedged. With some minimal effort, however, you pull him out. He wiggles free, and as he does, that gossamer sheet sort of leaves him, almost as though someone were being pulled through a curtain. And as he leaves the light, you can hear behind him a cacophony of voices screaming some kind of pandemonium, an electrical crackle, bit of an acrid smell. And as he falls the rest of the way out of the light stream, a distinct ozone odor. He kind of lands on the ground on his knees, holding in one hand a green crystal. And it is glowing in a sickly neon hue. As he falls to the ground, his eyes lose that color, sort of go back to normal. He looks very disheveled, sweaty. His clothes seem wind tattered, like very, very fucking tattered. More so than just your average sailor on deck.
Hmm.
Breathing heavy. And the darkness goes away as he makes his way out of the spotlight, catches his breath, kind of looks up to you. Thanks, mate.
And I fail my spot check. Because I was checking to see if I would notice that the lens is smoking because it's only got one round left.
Right. However, you do feel it getting a little warmer than normal. But to be fair, it's never done anything like what you were doing.
Yeah. I'm so confused as what just happened. I do not notice that the lantern in my hand is heating up.
That's fair. Okay, that is the end of combat. Genji and Yule are deaf for another handful of seconds, 20 seconds or so.
Okay, so I guess I'm about to find out because I, not knowing that all the other ones are gone, I leave the lantern on, and does the lens explode?
Oh, it sort of just dissipates like a used wick. Flash papers away.
Well, that probably startles the hell out of me.
You're like,
Not that the lantern's not still on, it's just the light's not green anymore. And there's a weird smoke rising from the front of it. Like, what the actual hell?
what did I do wrong? Absolutely nothing. You did everything
Let me mark one of those off.
right. And it would seem this thing is definitely the Ghostbuster gun. Jaeger, your glaive as combat subsides. Your glaive stopped the thrumming and undulating, and that glow that it had dissipates as it settles back down into bone, calcified bone.
Scar lizard parts are really cool. When did he get you one, Genji? Sad, but I don't.
And Genji's like, hey?
Yeah, I hand up to my ear like I'm basically
You just see,
gesturing.
you see Jaeger's lips moving.
And Genji's just over there.
Pause.
What?
Actually,
You
no.
see
He starts speaking, and I have a deadpan look on my face.
You can understand him because you can read his lips, but you
Yeah,
can't
I
get
know.
a word he's saying.
I can't actually hear you.
If you'd like, you can roll the rolls to make it seem as though you can hear everyone. So if you'd like to roll a bluff, go right ahead.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
One of the first rules of being. Here's the thing: if they weren't my allies, yes, but these are my allies, and they need to know that I'm disabled at the moment.
Fair. Either way, Yule was going to come over like a big blubbering baby. I can't hear. I can't hear.
You can't hear?
He cherishes
He
all
can't.
of his senses.
He can't hear. The shriek damaged our hearing.
So no, he cannot hear.
Waka waka.
Right. Here all week.
But
So
So, Leanne,
with combat being the end, yes, everyone can fall back into socializing again.
so Leander, A, where were you? B, what is that?
Yeah, he kind of looks down at his hand, looks up at you as he. I was hoping you could help me find that out.
Okay, and C, where did you get it?
From wherever I went. So I don't know how to answer your first question fully. However, I did use some of the arcane arts to venture into a parallel dimension. It is a terrifying fucking place. That is where these things exist. I believe Genji's people call it the void. This
Wait.
holds up.
An alternate dimension?
Yes,
Are you saying Cartho's resonance theory is correct?
it would seem.
Like he stopped listening for a moment. His eyes are wide. He's like, this changes. Okay, very little, but long-term implications important. Short-term, I guess not as much. And this was there.
He holds up the crystal. He says to you, in the void, nothing has a physical presence. However, this would be essentially what one would find where you wander in the void and you're surrounded by a bunch of creatures that were manifest here and there. This sort of keeps them tethered to their own realm. I took it.
So now they're not tethered to their own realm and can wander freely?
I don't know. It seemed like a real surefire way to stop it from manifesting. I hadn't thought fully about where it would go then, but I feel like it's in here as he shakes it.
Well, I'll take a look, but it would be a lot easier back at my lab than out here.
Well, then we'll file that away. Places it in a pouch. Pats it. Got some research to do when we get back. I'll get to put on my big boy pants. Hang out with Armando in the lab. It's going to be great.
Just don't let Arthur eat it.
You know, I hadn't even thought of that. Perhaps we should get another one. Let him eat it.
After we've researched the first one.
Fair.
A
Yeah, I
really
guess you don't
good thing
wanna-
I'm deaf right now.
Also, you wouldn't be able to read lips because we're still inside the building, apparently.
I said it's a really good thing I'm deaf right now.
Where's
I know.
Ali? Are you all right?
Yeah, he looks to you visibly shaken
Are you
as
injured?
he, not physically, is this is stuff like this everyday occurrence for for all of you?
Well, actually, no, not at all. This was weird as fuck, and I
Huh.
don't like it.
He breathes an audible sigh of relief as he, good, good, good. I
Yeah, I
had
don't
thought,
fucking blame him.
yeah, I had thought that I was out of my depth, but good, all of us are. Ah,
I
I feel
have
like we're on the
lanterns
same
for everybody, by the way.
page. You get a later. You get a later.
Everyone gets a lantern.
Yay!
I do not have the jade lenses for everyone, however. I did not have enough time to make that terribly many. And apparently, rubbing some strange soot at the edge of the opening, they don't last.
Hmm. Yeah, Leander's kind of bent at the waist, looking, looking at the lantern. Yule's over there, just kind of like palm of his hand banging on his temple, shaking his head.
I like wave a hand to get his attention. Try
He
and
and Genji are stumbling about, sort of
like
a
I
gate.
reach in my pocket to fish out a potion. Try and get his attention. Like, do you need this?
Oh, good man. Good man. Yeah, little shot of that. Also, Genji, your constitution drain, no worries. It's not something that's permanent. We'll heal back.
I figured I put it under the
Temporary.
yeah temp. Alrighty.
So yes, everyone drinks some health potion that needs reassess for a moment. Okay. While all of this is occurring, let me get wisdom rolls from everyone.
Yeah, that's about right. 5.
Ever
18.
dedicated, one track minded Armando. 18,
20.
20. What you got, Jaeger?
Will save.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. 16.
16. Okay. So you, Genji, Sandoval, all right around the same time, look to each other with this wide eyed look as realization settles in. You guys were brought here with a 6-man escort. They're just a few hundred meters down the road, the edge of the property line here. You guys kind of look at each other like, uh oh.
What happened to them?
That's the concern. Like shit.
that's the yeah, that's the concern.
Yeah,
at the
'cause
edge of the property lines.
they should see this big tower of smoking cart.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, they would have heard the shrieks of the ones being killed as it reverberated throughout the entire valley.
Anybody know which direction they were in?
Back down the road whence you came.
Right. Well, I guess I'm gonna head back that way.
Okay.
Sword drawn.
Yeah. You get that way and find 4 horses wearing barding, no mounted rider, armor, cloth piled up around the outs, around both sides of the horses. The 2 on foot, gone as well. Piles of clothing, armor, pole arms, all dropped right wherever the hell they were. Look as though they were pulled directly out of their clothing and armor. The animals are fine. I mean, a little disheveled, but they are war mounts, so they're not freaking out.
So I'm gonna gather up all the gear.
So you got
Put it.
6 sets of lamellar.
Where's our escort?
Well, I mean that's if I don't know who else to ask about this but Genji, but right now my plan is to gather up all the gear, put it on the horses, and then kind of lead them back in to this the relative safety of the little cottage thing.
Yule would stop you, hand on your shoulder, as he, I believe these men are gone. I think we may need make haste, so use of these horses makes sense. Lugging around 6 sets of medium armor, 2, you know, 2 frickin' pole arms, 6 frickin' katanas may not be the best idea, however.
I'm going to stash them in the cottage, however.
Okay. You do, however, find 18 pieces of jade.
That is oddly not encouraging.
No, no, it's not.
So I'm grabbing that, asking if
I'm helping.
anybody here doesn't have any jade.
Now's the time,
Yeah, speak up.
right? Forever hold your nut.
I'm attaching jade to with my leather thong to the pommels of my sword.
Check.
Ali is attaching one to his holy symbol necklace.
See, I have a jade medallion, I have 9 more jade lenses, I have a whole bunch of jade just to build stuff out of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're good, but I mean, if it was up to me, I'd have jade hanging off every weapon on me.
Now I see in my mind this like ridiculous version of Sandoval covered in just dangly bits of jade off of every conceivable part of his body.
Would you like
He
a
is
jade earring?
he is over encumbered.
They're not
He
pierced.
cannot keep up, left behind. He's
I
no
mean,
longer in the
that
quest.
wouldn't take me long.
Fuck, you could belt out a little bitty fucking jade earring.
No, I was talking about
I don't
piercing his ear.
know.
I mean, a bit of, little spear of jade and a twist of copper wire. There's your earring.
Ta-da!
Yeah, he'll think about it.
Yule's quite savvy with a needle. Just saying.
Should someone put out that cart?
No one
Yes.
said they put out the cart.
No, I'm asking. Should like
You might wanna. You don't want it to
And
burn
like
down the
if
house.
if it's not too far on fire, like the part that you'd attach to whatever beast of burden,
yoke.
we'd probably use that to the yoke to push that into the rice paddy. Quickest way I can think to douse it. Otherwise, it's a bucket brigade.
I pull out a nozzle and spray it down.
You're like, fuck all that archaic bucket shit.
Bucket brigade. Pshaw.
I have a piece of a refrigerator. There.
I actually had an idea for a chemical extinguisher. I just never got a chance to make it.
You know what though? The cart can't burn if it's completely destroyed.
That's not what I was going with. I just hit it with an ice blast.
Okay. So, not truly having a plan, what will be the next move? Because it is 3 a.m. and well, it's 3:30. So I think we'll call a pause.
Okay.
But potentially get an idea for which direction we would like to move after this.
Be honest, Genji, you're the only one who really has any idea where we're going.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Genji, the idea was to come here and converse. Um, that can't happen now.
Yeah.
I have an idea. I don't
Yeah.
know if I like it.
Mm,
I feel like it's the same idea that Yule was going to suggest.
All right, Yule, let's hear yours first. Maybe it won't be as bad.
Let's search this house.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we could do that. That's definitely better.
His eyebrows
Yeah.
raised. And what was your score?
So, apparently these things reside in another dimension next to this one called the Void. I believe you refer to it, Genji.
That's what the Tiberians call it.
Well, Leander and I have figured out a way to pierce it.
No.
If these people are gone, I don't know that they're dead. They're just not here. I think they got pulled in.
I pause. Out of game. Does that sound like any of the stories?
Yes. However, typically spells your doom. That is your demise. You're drawn into the void, never to be seen or heard from again, lest you become something that can manifest again. So this is the power of the Shadowlands. They consume, create more shadow.
So we're
For the moment, let's search the house to see what we can find, and I'll tell you what I know.
All right. I'm gonna pull out quill and start writing a design for based on what little I know and trying to make some poorly educated because this is not really something I paid a whole lot of attention to before because I never thought it would be relevant. Guesses on how to breach this barrier.
So immediately, I mean, like almost without thinking about it, the thought occurs to you that you know exactly how to open a door to wherever the hell it
Yeah,
is you
fuck her.
think you could want to go.
Fuck her with a lightning
So
bolt.
your next your your next thought immediately is that yeah, it's going to take a little more research and thought. It does seem, however, that Leander is capable of just going there at will.
Yeah, but he does not
How
seem to be
often?
capable of getting back out on his own.
Yeah, that was a little rough. It would seem your lantern, with its jade infused light, created some form of portal that he was able to navigate towards. Um, think of it like a Brenya or lighthouse.
Okay.
A light in the distance. Saint Elmo's fire is a Brenya. So
Ah. Well. We have someone who can go in. We have a way to get them back out. That's more than we had yesterday. Is that where we end?
or we can roll searches and in with the result of that, or we can wait till we come back. Want to wait till we come back? That way the information is fresh.
I think that's a
Yeah,
good idea.
Yeah.
probably
Let's
best.
do that.
All right. Well, recording will end. Thank you for playing.